So my next guests are here to talk about their new book, Mentor to Millions. We have an original shark from Shark Tank, Kevin Harrington, and his mentee, Mark Timm. How are you both doing?
Fantastic. Thanks, Dave. Great being here today.
Hey, doing great.
Always great to have you two. Happy quarantine to both of you. So tell us about the new book and what it means when you mentor to millions.
So David, thank you very much for that. I've been an entrepreneur for 40 years now. And when I go back and think about the ups and downs that I had as an entrepreneur, it's been many. And in the early days, the good news is my father was an entrepreneur. So I consider my father my first mentor. And he gave me some great advice. God bless, he lived till he was 93 years old. And literally the week that he passed away, he was still giving me great advice. Okay. And then I was part of one of the founding board members of the EO, the Entrepreneurs Organization. And inside EO, we would set up a board of advisors. It's called like a forum. And you had really literally mentoring going on a monthly basis as part of your entrepreneur organization membership. So I have long believed that mentorship is great. I have various mentors in my life. Here we are in the middle of this pandemic. And guess what? You should be reaching out to your mentor. Do you have a mentor? I'm asking the listeners out there right now. Mark sought me out and I became the mentor. He's the mentee, and he can share with you some of the things that developed there. But it's a powerful journey and really exciting. And Hay House is our publisher. We're really excited about the launch coming up very soon. The book is written, it's done, it's ready, manuscript wise ready. And now we just have the pre-launch sequencing we're going through. So Mark, I don't know if you'd like to add to that, but I think that gives a kind of an overview of how we got started.
Yeah, the book really is about it's about the life of an entrepreneur being me and my mentor being Kevin, the original shark from Shark Tank. And really, I sought out Kevin because I thought I wanted a business mentor, and he taught me so much about business. But in the end, I was able to apply not only what I was learning to my businesses, but also to my family. And that really became the Holy Grail. And it's kind of an underpinning of the entire book, is that we all want to succeed in our work and our business, but we really want to crush it at home. We want to be the entrepreneur to our family that we are to our businesses. And that's what really happened in this book, is that I started, spending time with Kevin. I was bringing my kids with Kevin. I was kind of the cool dad because I was hanging out with the shark. And we're going on all these trips. And next thing you know, it opened up a platform for me to be the entrepreneurial dad, the CEO dad that I was put on this earth to be. So the book is not only about how you can succeed in work and business, but it's also how you can bring that home and absolutely crush it where it matters most, which is to your family.
So Kevin, a lot of people are embarrassed to ask for help or even to offer help. How do you even engage with a mentor or a mentee? How does the relationship go? How do you ask someone to be your mentor?
Great question. I think it depends on how high level a mentor you're looking to go after, right? Because if you're looking, hey, we all know Mark Cuban is a shark also, right? If you said, I want Mark Cuban to be my mentor, it might be pretty tough for the average person. But let me just tell you how I would even think about approaching that, because at one time, I was out seeking great mentors in my life, but you need to tune in to what is a mentor ultimately looking for in the relationship. And sometimes they're not necessarily looking to be compensated. They're not looking for a monthly check necessarily, but they want to know, maybe there's some charitable portion of what happens here that goes to, maybe you make some donation to their charity. I mean, I ended up getting Richard Branson to be a mentor to me. And that happened by me getting involved with one of his charities. So you know, for me to just call Richard Branson's assistant and say, can Richard mentor me? It's not going to happen. So you get creative, figure out what are the hot buttons for them. And in Richard Branson's case, it turned out to be the charity. And, oh, yes, if you're involved with my charity, you know, let's hang out. I went down to Necker Island, and wow, you know, amazing things came from that. So I think each case is individual, but it isn't necessarily just here's some cash, because some of these folks, cash isn't what motivates them.
So, Kevin, is it annoying to have a mentee? Because a lot of people assume, like, oh my God, like, who's going to give me time for free? We live in a world where we're so crunched for time. Like, how do you frame that conversation? I mean, you obviously said with Richard Branson, you got involved with this charity, but sometimes it's just, you know, low level. How do we ask someone to be our mentor? How does the conversation go?
So, I mean, ultimately, yes, you just have to come out and ask. Okay. So, I mean, lower level type mentors, you know, yes, you would just say, this is what I do. Your help would be invaluable to me. And I think what I try to paint the picture of is, what's the magical transformation going to look like if you help me? And so now I'm sitting there looking at somebody and they're saying, if you did this, I could go light years ahead in my business. That's empowering to me, because I want to see change. I want to see that what I can do can help, right? And so, yes, I think at the end of the day, depends on the industry, and you know, if somebody is in the same industry, there might be some connections that you've got that get you to that person. And so sometimes mentors are doing things because of how they got introduced, and may be willing, hey, I've got a friend, maybe you could help, Kevin. And so I mentor people that have come through friends that said, could you help my friend out, right? I mean, sure.
Of course, yeah.
Right? You know, so, I mean, in the case of Mark and I actually met Mark Timm through the Zig Ziglar family. And it started out with the Ziglars. I was meeting with Julie Ziegler and Tom Ziegler. And then Mark came in, and then it was like, oh, wow, this Mark is a great guy. He's really solid. And I wanted to jump in and join forces with him in a mentoring mentee fashion. And what really blew me away, every time we'd have a meeting, he'd have one of his other kids that was there. He was letting them experience this firsthand also. And Mark has a big family and a blended family he can tell you about. But it was very impressive for me to see his daughters and his son and the different people, the different family members, his wife, that would come down and spend time. And I didn't totally understand what was happening in the beginning, but yes, then once I saw what Mark was doing, it was very, very powerful.
So Mark, before we go, since Kevin's taught you the art of the pitch us your book.
Well, first off, I'll pitch you the book, but I also want to say, for anybody out there looking for a mentor, one of the best things you can do is be their best student. So Kevin did say yes to the relationship, but when I became his best student and I listened to everything he said, then he wanted to invest more in me. So that's a message to anyone out there looking for a mentor: be their best student. Now, the book starts out with an entrepreneur at the end of his driveway that doesn't want to go home, not because he's going bankrupt, but because he just had the best day of his life in business. And he knew when he went home, everything was going to change. He'd find a world of chaos and confusion, and he left a world of confidence and clarity. And so the book is a journey of this entrepreneur who figured out how to get that confidence and clarity at home by using mentors, specifically Kevin Harrington, the original shark, who taught him the art of business, but then also through their relationship, this entrepreneur was able to bring it home. And it's the first person book that everyone can relate to. People that have had the early read, they pick it up wanting to read a chapter or two, and they can't put it down till the book is done. So it's an engaging read. It's something everybody can relate to. If you've ever wanted to win at work and win at home, this is a must read. And we've made it real easy. You can go to getmtm.com, getmtm for mentortomillions.com. Sign up to be on our pre-launch list, our VIP list. We'd love to engage with you early on because the book comes out this fall and we want everybody to be able to have it.
Well, Mark and Kevin, it's been a pleasure talking to you both, and we're all looking forward to the book. All the best to you and your families during this time.
Thanks, David.
Thanks,
Be good.
David.
Be safe.
Appreciate you.
Stay healthy.
Thank
Take
you.
care.